you all came to me, and once you started your writing process, how did that work out for you?
We've actually known each other for a long time. We all met in Australia. Deb and I think we met each other sometime around 2002. Margot and I a couple years later. So we've known each other for a long time around the sort of circles of Australian science fiction writers. And how it started was, I started going to Comic-Con a few years ago and hanging out with TV writers who always have great stories from the writer's room. Like, they write in a room like this with like 12 people around the table arguing and yelling. And I always thought that would be a fun way to use the social part of your brain when you write. And I was just complaining about this, the loneliness of the novelist life with Deb, and she said,
So I had actually done a workshop in TV writing, and basically had proven in the effect that, it's way more fun than just sitting on your own trying to come up with a story yourself. So part of that workshop was getting together with 7 strangers and trying to write an episode of Homeland. Like, that was our task for the day. And it was just so invigorating. It was so hilarious and energizing. None of us went to lunch. We all just picked up our computers, went to the lunchroom and sat down and just kept going. So it was just brilliant fun. And so Scott, I think, said, why don't we try and apply that model to writing prose and come up with a novel with a TV writing room kind of approach. Who else can we wrangle into this crazy idea? Margot.
So they came to me and said, do you want to come write a book with us? It's going to be a novel for teens. We're going to use this TV writer's room model, and it's going to be about superpowers, which I was fine with the teen novel thing because I'd done a couple of them. But I knew nothing about TV, and I knew nothing about superpowers. But I didn't tell them because I really like the idea of this getting together and collaborating.
I can do that.
Yeah.
I can do that. I can do that. I have 2 people to help me. It'll be fine. So none of us really knew whether it was all going to work as whether we were going to work together well as a team, because we weren't really close friends. We didn't know each other that well. So we knocked around in the same circles. You just don't know how you're going to actually work together.
Exactly,
Yeah.
because sometimes you get into that relationship, and once you start writing,
All
it
sorts
can
of
be
secrets.
challenging.
All sorts of secrets coming. So we kept it secret for a
Okay.
while, so that if it blew apart, if we really couldn't make it work, we could just walk away.
we could
Nobody
strangle it.
Nobody would be any the wiser.
Oh, that's so